Hey everyone, please watch the stream video prior to arriving at the hypothermia shelter. We're working today with facets. Envisions a day when everyone in Fairfax County has access to adequate and affordable housing. No one's homeless. We seek to engage and educate our community and provide long-term solutions and resources to break the cycle of poverty for our neighbors in need. That's the vision of facets. The hypothermia prevention program began in 2003. It's mainly by local faith-based communities to serve those experiencing homelessness in Fairfax County. The goal is not only to offer housing and meals, but also to help break the cycle of poverty. Facets offers services to families, services to young adults, and education as well. Their belief for this hypothermia prevention program is that homeless individuals deserve a safe, warm place to stay to prevent them from suffering injury or death as a result of hypothermia. We welcome any single adult who is experiencing homelessness and seeking shelter. Now, just so you know, families may not stay at any of the hypothermia shelters. Please alert the Facet staff person on site if anyone under the age of 18 shows up, or if there's an adult accompanied by a child under the age of 18. We are a low barrier entry shelter. Individuals who are currently under the influence of a substance or actively experiencing mental health concerns are welcome. Staff will evaluate the individual's present state and behavior with regards to the safety of all other guests, staff, and volunteers. Staff are people from Facets. We are named as volunteers in this document, just as you know, and the guests that we'll be serving are called guests. Okay. The guest expectations. So what is it that we and Facets are expecting of the individuals who are staying the night? They should expect, the guests should expect that they're to be treated with dignity and respect, to have their confidentiality and privacy honored, to be able to make decisions independently, when to go to sleep, when they can go and smoke if they want to smoke, etc. They should be able to expect dinner and breakfast. So we're in charge of dinner. Another team's coming in for breakfast. They should expect a warm place to sleep, which is St. Peter in the Woods Episcopal Church. And honestly, one of the big things we're going to be doing is listening to their stories and journeying along with them and encouraging them. As far as their rules, so those previous things are what they can expect. These are the rules that Facets puts on the guests. They have to sign a copy of the program rules for registration each season. So being in March, we're probably not going to get a whole lot of that. Violation of the rules may result in suspension and or termination from the program. And all guests know and understand the rules as they are reviewed nightly by Facet staff throughout the evening and highlighted during announcements before dinner. Volunteers are crucial in helping Facet staff to enforce all program rules. Some of the major ones are this: no one comes into the church until 5 o'clock p.m., not a moment before, and that's just a rule. Guests need to be off of the faith community property by 7 o'clock a.m. Guests are not permitted to leave any belongings behind in the morning, even if they plan on returning the next evening. Guests need to go to their assigned church color. We don't have to worry about that in March. They combine. If a faith community is over their approved capacity, Facet staff will begin working on transferring clients. What we expect and what they expect of you when they're here. They want you to go and interact and engage with the guests. Make them feel welcome. To communicate with the staff. Be available to assist the Facets on-site staff as needed, which could include help with handing out bedding in the evenings, collecting bedding in the morning, etc. Make Facet staff aware if you see something out of place or a concern. Be alert, patrol your venue and the property for suspicious activity. Help us be effective by allowing us to enforce our policies, and finally have fun. The staff facilitators, so these again are the staff people coming. They're going to, prior to the doors opening, the evening facilitators should be locating the POC or volunteer team lead so that both parties know who one another is. So I'm the POC for the night. So we can figure some of those things out. We'll also do, they also are registering, checking guests upon arrival, interacting with guests, communicate with the POC and all other volunteers to resolve guest concerns and provide crisis intervention as necessary, enforce hypothermia rules and regulations, provide regular updates to the program and site coordinators, and basically everything else. A couple of quick health and safety things. The population are susceptible to a variety of health-related issues. They will isolate any guest who presents with flu-like symptoms, fever, chills, etc. Neither the facet staff nor faith-based partners should provide any medication without prior approval from the health department. So don't give anybody Tylenol, etc., etc. The staff or volunteers are not permitted to collect, store, or administer any gas medication. Stay away from medicines, period. You may, if there's any questions, you come and ask me or the staff member. Volunteers should not administer medication, even those that are over the counter. Okay, it's 4 bullet points. Really important. Please take universal precautions. Wash your hands often. Use hand sanitizer and utilize gloves when appropriate. Should you witness any form of aggression, please notify facet staff on site immediately. If your gut tells you to call the police, don't hesitate. Call the police. Notify facet staff members soon thereafter if you're not able to do so beforehand. If for some reason, synthetic marijuana, I think it's called K2, if that's being used, just to kind of know that we need to work at that, just come and get me, any kind of drugs or anything like that. Get me, or more importantly, the facet staff member if there's something that's happened that you're not comfortable with. So, a quick night review. 5 o'clock, we arrive, we inventory everything. The doors open and guests are invited in. The facet staff arrive. We'll already be there, a lot of us at 4, working. So 5 o'clock is when the facilitator arrives. 6 o'clock, we go ahead and start dinner, and announcements are made. 7 o'clock, 7:30, bedding is distributed. And 10 o'clock, lights are out in sleeping quarters, and it's quiet time. At that point then, those of us who are staying the night, will start going over stuff. And we will do rounds. We'll register, check in guests who arrive late, etc., etc. 5:30, 6 o'clock, the lights come on. Breakfast is provided. Bedding is collected. Tokens dispersed. And van transportation is facilitated if applicable. We just make sure everything's taken care of. So about 7 o'clock, we should all be good to go. Those are kind of what happens. Just so you know, a couple of quick other things. Case management services are provided throughout each week between 5 and 8 p.m. Medical services and mental health services are also going to be there. I think it might be on our night on Thursday night. Detox of Fairfax County will be visiting. This is someone from the Office of Veteran Affairs in our Friendship Place to engage and work with vets. Currently in the works to increase partnership with Fairfax County's Adult and Aging to increase services to our older population. And life skills classes will be offered weekly at each faith community. So those are a couple things we'll kind of talk through and make sure everybody understands all these things. But please watch this video beforehand. If you're seeing this, you already have. We'll just talk through a couple things when you arrive. So thanks so much, and look forward to seeing you when we do our hypothermia shelter.